Draw me like your French girls. So, we didn't get much done yesterday. So I'm just rolling this over. It is a second beautiful morning out here at the River House. Let you see it in its splendiferousness. So we got the old girl down here, and it's not entirely perfect, and there's certainly things that have to be done, but the difference is already amazing. However, the sacrifice is lifting that rock fairly high. But we'll get there. I got ideas. We'll get there eventually. Right? I'm referring to this as OSHA Walk. You know it's going to be a good stroll when you're strolling along OSHA Walk. So then I just come up here, use my man powers to get it in. I don't want this thing to sit tipped like that because it is going to wear the plates on that side more than that side. It's not that big a deal. So the whole point is just to run it for a bit until I get time. And I don't know, I'll jack it up and put a board under the wheel. I'll do something. I used a floor scrubby up here. That is my radiator cap. They have it open, and you can see it makes a beautiful mosaic of every once in a while you have to drain it to let the dirt out because they don't have a radiator cap. So anyways, that's going to be my radiator cap, and when this thing shakes, it spits antifreeze all over the place, and so I'm hoping that that'll stop most of the antifreeze slopping around as well. So we're getting much closer with the machine because I want to put it, I greased it today, I want to put it hard through its paces, and I get stuck in my own driveway when it rains, so I want to gravel that. The next big thing to tackle is the air cleaner. I have a big old John Deere combine cleaner with the double elements, so I can take the upper element off and blow it out, but you don't have to worry about it sucking crap because the inner element's still there. So that ought to be pretty darn good. It's about the size of a bucket. Safe! That's what we're up to today. I am probably not going to bother. I'm probably not going to bother filming a whole lot of the rock crusher running because, woo! All right. One of the problems with this machine is the incredibly poor machining. We're rocking on the keyway. Just tightening up that plate is not going to be a satisfactory solution. I mean, it'll pinch the hub harder, but now we're putting all the stress on those bolts, and if we break them off in there, right, we got additional problems. Shoot. Gonna have to figure out what to do. So, this appears to be machined smaller than the hub, or the hub is machined larger. There's the keyway. So my current thought, wire brush this, get rid of the paint and crap and stuff that might be on it. Wire brush that, and maybe cut up a pop can and see if I can make a shim sleeve. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have that much room. So we might be down in the water until I can come up with some actual shim stock. Well, it's well greased. so there's my attempted solution. I suspect that this much aluminum is going to be too much for the slop in the hub, unfortunately. We'll have to see. And that won't fix. It won't fix the spot in the keyway. I'll have to shim that too, maybe, huh? Alright. And I got it taped back there, so if I'm successful in getting it on this far, I'll peel my tape off and slide it the rest of the way on, with the hope that curling this end over is enough to keep it in place. Then when I tighten this down, it should pinch everything together really nicely. Of course, that's a great big if. Look at that casting flaw in there. That's a great big if this hunk of raw Chinesium slips on. What do I do if it don't? Well, we saw that coming, didn't we? It's too much. Dang it. Alright, that's what I did. There's no way I was going to get it on shimming it like that. Had a conversation with Dad. This is the one where the slot is milled different widths in the shaft and in the pulley. As to why it came loose, we don't know. What I did is I slipped a cut up piece of aluminum can under the keyway because I noticed there was a little bit of room there, and then I slipped the wheel on. I was only able to drive it on, which is my hands rocking it back and forth, about an inch. And then with the back of a hammer handle, another inch. And then I had to piece of wood and beat it on. It doesn't rock, it doesn't twist, it doesn't do anything. I know it's not done, and I know this isn't, you know, finished, right? But what the heck? It's gonna keep it going. The current plan will be to pull this wheel off. See, when I sight perfectly, I can see that there is a little room. I can see light, just a tiniest whisper of light. It appears that these slots are not only cut different width, but they're also cut somewhat tapered. It's going to require some customization, and then maybe that, you know, that gap-filling Loctite for pins? Slather the hub with the gap-filling Loctite for pins, and then tap in the newly machined keyways, and then tighten her up. But if she's solid now, we're going to run it. Well, it's holding just fine. Nothing loosening up. No noises. We've done a crap ton, and I believe I have this sculpted enough to get the backhoe in. So, because I can't come forward up that road anyways, or I'll handstand, I'm going to go ahead and back the hoe up and down in here, and then I can get a scoop, and with the scoop I'll have enough weight in the front that I can get her back out. So I'm hoping to bucket this stuff into the driveway so that we don't get stuck in the driveway anymore or rip it to shreds in the attempt to unstick ourselves. That'll be nice. I think this is just a better system than driving the truck around, which is what I thought I was going to do, right? Drive the truck around, bring rocks to it, crush, drive, crush. It wasn't working out. It's just too cranky. I think I'm going to leave the OSHA boardwalk here in place because I believe I can sneak underneath of it. And if I can't sneak underneath of it, well, at least the rot in the board will make sure that I don't damage the bucket on the backhoe. Because really, That's what we care about, right? Camera fell over and all I see is a flickering screen of angry electrons, so I have no idea if any of this is being recorded. If it is, I'm sure I look fabulous. So here we are at the end of the day. Oshawott is still in place. The backhoe continues to scoop crappily, but it does do it. I stacked a pallet of random rocks because I like money too. It just seemed like such a waste to feed them into the rock crusher. End of a beautiful day. I mean, it's only 3 o'clock, but I've been pushing pretty hard and pretty snippy with the family. I still got to go to work and grade and do my lesson plans. So I think I'm going to head out. I'm going to go ahead and cut off early, go home, have something to eat, and I'll go to school and get all that taken care of, and then maybe we'll have a family night. Chocolate chip cookies and a David Attenborough special of some sort. That sounds like a plan. Yeah. Oh shoot, I should show you what I did. Well, it sure doesn't look like much, but man, it doesn't look like much. But I started putting gravel on the driveway. And I went over the top of the big mud hole. There's a rock shelf that comes out right there, and so the water trickles down the rock shelf and it pops out down there and just leaves a hellish mudscape. So yeah, but it's a good thing my time isn't worth anything. Well, I've had the high speed. I've had the time-lapse camera running at the top of the hill all day long with this moving cloudscape and birds and trains and cars and trucks and equipment. It should look pretty cool. So from all of us, if this is working, to all of you, thanks for watching.